Hi there, Martin here at Hampshire Sheen, and thank you for joining me for this explanatory video as to exactly what the Hampshire Sheen family of products is. What I've developed here in the UK is a paste wax, which is harder than what you are probably used to as far as paste waxes go. I don't use any beeswax in Hampshire Sheen at all. Beeswax is normally used as a bit of a softening agent, but I've found that with other beeswax based finishes, the finish I was getting wasn't quite hard enough, so I developed Hampshire Sheen using Canuba wax and microcrystalline waxes to produce a harder wearing finish to my wood turn pieces. There are 5 products in the range, and let's take a look at each one. The very first product I produced was Hampshire Sheen Original, which produces a lustrous finish to your work rather than a bling bling high gloss. And then I developed the high gloss wax, which does produce a very high gloss on your finished turned pieces. And then there is tie wax, which is a bit of a twist on the traditional liming wax. A bit of a niche product, but it works absolutely beautifully on open grained woods such as oak and ash. And then there was microcrystalline wax, which, if you are familiar with microcrystalline waxes, then you put it on as an overcoat. Generally speaking, you put it on as an overcoat to your final wax finish to add a bit of water resistance and fingerprint resistance too. But all of the Hampshire Sheen products include microcrystalline wax in them. And then finally, for those who like turning spindles and also finials, I developed a Carna crystalline stick, which is a blend of Canuba wax and microcrystalline wax only. There's nothing else in it other than Canuba wax and microcrystalline wax, and this goes on smoother than a traditional Canuba stick and is more hard wearing than a beeswax stick or a Canuba and beeswax mix stick. So let's have a look inside each of the tins. So let's start with looking at Hampshire Sheen Original. And as you can see already looking into the tin, it is already visibly harder than perhaps what you are already used to with your own paste wax. As I said, there is no softening agent in there, and it is just a hint of Danish oil, Canuba wax and microcrystalline wax to produce the paste. It is thicker than what you're used to, and you need less on your piece than what you do with your normal paste wax. And here is the high gloss version of the product. Again, looking into the tin, you can see that it is harder than a standard common or garden paste wax, and you can still get it nice and easily onto the towel, and this will produce a high gloss shiny finish on a piece. And when you look into the tin, it looks almost crystallized, and that's because of the incredibly high wax content that we put into the Hampshire Sheen high gloss. And here is the product I call tie wax, which is the liming style product. Again, it is harder than a traditional standard liming wax because of the Canuba wax and the microcrystalline content, and again there is no beeswax in there to act as a softening agent. It goes onto the towel quite easily, and then you just rub the product into the grain of the wood and follow the instructions that are on the tin. And all the tins have instructions on them, and also you can watch the how-to series for these Hampshire Sheen products too. And then we have the microcrystalline wax. Now, if you know microcrystalline waxes already, then it will be no surprise that it is an overcoat. It's very dense, but it can also be used as a standalone finish by itself over the top of sealed woods too. And if we look into the tin, it's a bright white wax, harder than the rest of them, but it smooths onto the towel very easily, and you need a tiny amount on your towel in order to overcoat your piece of turned wood. And then finally in the product range is the wax stick, which I call Carna Crystalline, which is a mix-up of Canuba wax and microcrystalline wax. There's nothing else in the product at all, and it goes on, I find, smoother than a standard Canuba wax only stick, and gives a much harder finish than a beeswax stick, and is also a brighter shine too. Because we don't use any beeswax at all in the Hampshire Sheen products, you are assured of the hardest possible finish you can get from a paste wax. As you've seen, the wax itself is harder than what you're used to, and that's the way it's been designed. So whether you're looking for a lustrous finish, a high gloss finish, an arty, rustic kind of finish to open grain woods, a protective finish with a microcrystalline wax, or even an ultra glossy bling bling finish to your spindle work and your finials, Hampshire Sheen has a product for you. Hampshire Sheen is a one-man band, which is me. I mix every single batch by hand, pour every single pot individually, and label every single pot individually too. So you really are assured of a turner's finish that has been made by a turner by hand, and that I am really proud of. It's made in the US under license, and also in Canada, again both by two one-man bands who are both passionate turners. Have a look below in the description for information about where you can buy Hampshire Sheen over in the US and also in Canada. And if you have any queries whatsoever, then please do get in touch with me either via the Hampshire Sheen Facebook page or via hampshiresheen.com, and I'll be very happy to answer any queries that you have. Take a look through the how-to guides. There will be a video of each of the individual products available soon, and thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye for now.